The House is getting ready to vote on a resolution to overturn President Trump's national emergency declaration to secure the southern border. Joining me now is Republican Congressman Bradley Byrne. He's representing the 1st District of Alabama. Sir, I wanted to start with this. I feel like the Republicans are quite united in their belief that there's a problem at the border, there needs to be border security. But there is this concern that Congress has ceded so much of its authority to the executive branch. And you have some people like Justin Amash, one of your colleagues, tweeting this about the resolution that the same congressional Republicans who joined me in blasting President Obama's executive overreach now cry out for a king to usurp legislative powers. If your faithfulness to the Constitution depends on which party controls the White House, then you are not faithful to it. How do you respond to somebody who thinks that maybe Republicans aren't being principled on this?
Well, I think we are being principled. Look, the president has a very important responsibility, and that is to protect the people of the United States, to provide for our security. That includes border security. Now, he wanted to do it the other way. He wanted to do it through appropriations for the Department of Homeland Security, and the Democrats blocked him. He's doing the only thing that's left to him, and that is using the executive power he has to declare an emergency. It's clearly there in the statute, and then using money that he can legally get to and take that money and build a wall. That's what people want the president to do, is to build this wall.
But you don't see any problem in terms on the constitutional front that he didn't get the money from Congress, and then he says, okay, well, then I'll go around. I mean, I understand national emergencies, they've been used before, but in this particular sense, do you think that the legal ground will remain solid?
Yes, I do, because remember, this isn't money that's just taken willy-nilly from anywhere in the defense budget. There are particular places where you can get it from. Now, some of this money is not coming out of the defense budget at all. It's coming from other places, and he doesn't need a declaration of emergency to do it. I think this president is well within his legal and constitutional powers to do exactly what he's planning on doing.
All right, let's take another topic, and that's, of course, it's getting a lot of attention, this Green New Deal. And the Congressional Budget Office came out with an eye-popping number saying that it could cost between $53 and $93 trillion, which is a number that sounds so fantastical that Austin Powers would have come up with it. Do you think that this is actually getting a lot of traction, that people see this as something that has to be rejected?
Well, it's getting a lot of traction on the Democratic side. Look at the people that are running for president in their party. They're actually embracing this. I have talked to some Democrats on the floor of the House who are scared of it because they know the American people are going to look at that and say, not only is this fantasy, but it's a dangerous fantasy. I don't think it's going anywhere, but I think it's going to drive the Democrats that are running for president, and it's going to drive the debate in America next year, which is good for Republicans. I welcome that debate.
Well, you're going to have more of that debate. You've announced that you're going to run for the United States Senate against the incumbent senator, Doug Jones, who won in that special election last year. I wanted to get your take on what he said about the Alabama woman who left, went to ISIS, got married, and now she wants to come back. Her citizenship is in dispute. This is what Doug Jones said, that while I certainly understand the initial reaction to prohibit Hoda Muthana from coming back to the United States, I am concerned that allowing anyone who has committed crimes against the people of this country to remain beyond the reach of our justice system is the wrong approach and sends the wrong message. How do you feel about this? I mean, obviously you're from a different state, but what do you think?
Well, look, this is one of many ways that Doug Jones differs from the people, the vast majority of the people in the state of Alabama. We believe that she renounced her citizenship by her actions. When you take up arms, essentially is what she did with enemies of the United States, your actions renounce your citizenship. She's not a citizen, and I can't believe that Senator Jones would suggest otherwise and say we should give her all these due process rights that citizens get in this country. She does not deserve them. She made the choice that she made. She's living in a terrible camp right now. I'm sorry for her and her child, but that's the decision she made, and she needs to live with the consequences.
Could I just ask you a last question? Because in your congressional district office, the 1st District of Alabama, did you get a lot of calls from constituents about this case when Hoda Muthana's story first broke last week?
Oh, yeah. We're getting an avalanche of phone calls and emails. People are dead set against the position that Senator Jones has taken, and they support me in the position I've taken, which is we should not let her into the country.
All right. Congressman Bradley Byrne of Alabama, thanks for joining.
Good to be with you.